Testing 1 2 3. What's up, everybody? Is it a new stream? Did a new stream start? Hold on. Having some issues. No, I think we're still on the same stream. Three ads? What the?
Are you Frank Future?
Name's Mr. Spot. Frank Future. Let me see now. Frank Future. Oh yes, I remember him.
Oh, you do?
Yes, he was delicious.
Hey, C-Sal, thank you so much. Appreciate the super chat. Stewardess C-Sal reporting for duty. I think we're set. I think we're solid. Stream solid, I think. Stream is okay. Let's see here. What the? I think we'll be okay. Are we gonna play Slave World tonight? What do you guys? You guys want to play Slave World? Who wants to put work on? Who wants to put work into the slave plantation? It's kind of a slow news. I mean, there is this Home Depot thing I want to show you guys. And Imane Khalif. I was doing some Googling, trying to get the story straight on that trans boxer who's apparently suing Elon Musk and J.K. Rowling in a cyberbullying lawsuit. Really not much not really much news that I'm particularly interested in presenting to you. But also there was also this thing on J.D. Vance, basically. You know, the VP pick, Trump's VP pick. Well, didn't he write some book called Hillbilly Elegy? They say that he's real, what the heck is Hillbilly Elegy? I know it's his book, but he's getting a lot of criticism for it, that he's throwing the people from, you know, whatever Americans he's talking about, he's throwing them under the bus. Middle America. But some of those areas have like major problems, right? A memoir of a family and culture in crisis. Now, I don't know what the heck is in this book, but is that not true? At least in some part. They say there's two kinds of people in Appalachia. Anyways, I was doing that threw me down a rabbit hole in it. And so I got some videos and info on poor people in Appalachia or Appalachia or whatever. And maybe you'll find that interesting. That's pretty much what's on the docket. But yeah. So that's pretty much just on the docket. You guys can, we could work on the slave plantation. We could put some work in. Put some work. But, first, I want to say hello to the people. Hello to the stream. Welcome. Reporting, American Anchor Baby. Reporting, we are here. 844-900-2229. 844-900-BABY. If you want to call the Anchor Baby. We are just connecting now to the show. It is open. And you can call the Anchor Baby. Welcome everybody to the stream. Delighted. Terry, Caroline, Harmony, Games for Rec, Kevin Ham. So yeah, like I said, that's a little of the things, a couple of the things here. Welcome. I miss the good old days when you could just cyberbully people. How is cyberbullying real? Didn't Tyler the Creator say it best? How can cyberbullying be real? Like, close your eyes, Glizza. He said it a little different. Like, walk away from the screen. How is there such a thing as that? Loathing? What are you talking about loathing for? Don't hate yourself. Do not self-loathe. That is one of the gravest sins you could commit. To direct all this. Who's hating who? Look, that's one of the worst things you could do. Who's talking about loathing? Get out of here. That's one of the worst things you could do. Your life is primarily inside, mental. You know your thoughts become reality? You didn't know that? You didn't know your thoughts become reality? Who hates themselves? I lost your chat. Where'd you go? Raise your hand if you hate yourself. Caller wars? Look, you could... I'm not gonna encourage or discourage, but... dislike my thoughts. Anyways. Disavow all self-loathing. What are you, some demon? What do you like worship? You like worshiping demons. You like worshiping the devil. Oh. I didn't know that. I didn't know you like worshiping evil. Oh, I'm so mean, I'm so evil, I got problems. Oh, I didn't know you like worshiping. I didn't know you like doing rituals and sacrifices and presenting your body a living sacrifice to Satan. And I didn't know you like doing that. Oh, I hate myself, but you know, I want to be nice to others and be friends to others. I love everybody else, but I hate myself. Impossible. Impossible. I love others, but I hate myself. Impossible. Not possible. Sorry, you hate everybody. Completely impossible. How you treat yourself, you're treating others. How you're treating others, you treat yourself. You gotta become, in a way, become love. You can't like pick and choose. What the? I forgive you, Nick, for being rude. Have I been rude? Lord High Prince. Which Lord are you? Are you the Lord of the North? We have the lords in the chat. Lords in the chat. Who's the Grand Lord? There's the Lord of the East, the Lord of the West, the Lord of the North, the Lord of the South. And then there's the Grand Lord, the Lord above all. So there's a couple of open spots there. Well, where are we putting Lord Bibby? Lord High Prince. What are you, Lord of the South? I think Lord Bibby's Lord of the South. Jesus Christ is Lord of Lords. Right on, Carver. 500 cigarettes. Lord High Prince is the Lord of the North. 500 cigarettes. It feels like I'm just sitting down for the first time in my life. Lord of the South, Lord Spike Protein. Which one is he? Lord Spike Protein is the Lord of what? We'll let y'all fight over it, but if there's, you know, whatever. And then we need King Lord or the Grand Lord. This is chat lore. This is Lord lore. This is Nick Stream chat lore, Lord lore. Okay? It's like Doom Jesus being the only one allowed to speak and all yell basically every word in chat. There's very few get to do that. In fact, I think maybe only one. Huh? What's up, Harmony, Seesaw, Galahad, Batman Loves Jesus, Birdie Down, Brian Carver, Steve, how you doing? Kilo Alpha Tango, Court, Falcony. Who are you? It's okay, Nick. I forgive. It's the keyword. Nice. I don't remember. I'm a lady, the female version of being a lord. Lady Strange. Lady Strange. But that means, no. We're getting too deep into the lore. Wait, someone explain this to me. Hillbilly Elegy is also like a Netflix thing? Whoa. Oh, it's like literally based on his book. Look, it says here at the bottom. Look how ill-informed I am. Based on the book by J.D. Vance. When was this released? Because I remember seeing hey, what's up, Wendy? I remember seeing billboards for Hillbilly Elegy around LA. Oh dang, this is like 2020. So there's been rumblings. Yeah, Nick, you're late. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about it. I remember seeing the billboards, and I was looking up Hillbilly Elegy just now because I just got some stuff I might present here in a moment, which Hillbilly Elegy for me kicked it off. But as I was doing that, I came across this picture, and I'm like, wait a second, I seen this picture. Amy Adams, this old bat, this nice lady, Glenn Close maybe, from like a couple years ago. So I heard the name J.D. Vance. So there's been rumblings, I guess, of this character. Nick, don't play the couch scene on air. Be careful. So what happens in this? It looks like people watch this. Is it really just what is it? Based on the inspiring true story. Why did J.D. Vance's book get so much glazing from Netflix? Anybody know? I mean, anybody know? Am I just being weird? Like, that's not that weird. Like, okay, Republican senators' books. When did he release this? He's not even a senator, is he? What the hell? Who's J.D. Vance? J.D. Vance, Ohio. He served since 2023. He was a Marine veteran. And he was what? Vance, then Hummel? I'm sorry. I mean, we're pulling on so many threads here. Now I'm like, who's Hummel? J.D. Hummel? His name has changed a number of times, I guess. This is him as J.D. Hummel? Anyways, look. He was doing something. Vance won the 2022 United States Senate election, so he was a senator. In 2022, did he have any other political? Besides the Marine stuff, besides Yale, graduating from Ohio State, did he do anything else in politics? He's a Canadian? It's like, Nick is just learning about J.D. Vance. After graduating from Ohio State, Vance attended Yale Law School. He became close friends during orientation with 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, a future conservative member of Canadian Parliament. Oh, he's not Canadian. He made friends with a Canadian. 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎. No, I'm just joking. This guy was born and raised in Ontario. What a mess. Okay, so he wrote this Hillbilly Elegy. When did he write this thing? Hillbilly Elegy, the book. A memoir of it was a 2016 memoir. At the time, who was J.D. Vance at the time? J.D. Vance. What was he doing in 2016? He wasn't a senator. Is this normal? Maybe I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Okay, it's just Netflix. I don't know much. Does Netflix usually do this? Pick out. Maybe they do this actually. Maybe this is normal. I've seen other white kind of like movies on Netflix. No, like white stuff. Whatever. Look, whatever. From the director of Apollo 13 and A Beautiful Mind. Hillbilly Elegy, based on J.D. Vance's book. Now he is Trump's VP pick. VP pick. VP pick doesn't matter. Apparently, according to Trump. That was one part of the interview with those nasty black women. Hey, what's up, Frederick? How you doing, sir? Wish you well. Remember when Trump was talking to those black journalist ladies and they were just nasty, and he stood up to black women, which is basically an impossible feat nowadays. It's an impossible feat. It's a Herculean effort. It's like scaling the tallest peak to say, you know, to not respond in anger to the sass of the black woman. Okay? So the Herculean effort by Trump, I believe it was at the same one. I don't know if anyone reported on this, that he said, you know, VP picks don't matter. Trump says VP picks don't matter. You're voting for me. You're not voting for the... Yeah, he's a nice guy. I love J.D. Vance. He's great. He's great at what he does. Probably I would have picked anybody, Trump says. And he's like, but, you know, you're voting for me.
The choice of a vice president makes no difference. If you like me, I'm going to... The choice of a vice president makes no difference. If you like me, I'm going to win.
A Florida Atlantic University survey has revealed that Donald Trump's VP pick J.D. Vance has a...
Whatever. You heard him say it. You're voting for me. You're not... The VP pick barely even matters. I'm not even saying anything with that. It's just kind of funny. I like how J.D. Vance took that, though. Whatever you may think, whatever you want to say, oh, he's not real, he is. The point is, if he operates correctly, and this is what I mean by operate correctly. Basically, he went on some interview and they asked him about that. I mean, Trump said, the VP pick doesn't matter. Doesn't that bother you? He's like, no, Trump is actually right. And then they're like, and Trump, he said that you're weird. He said when they're talking about weird Republicans, they said they're talking about J.D. Vance, not me. And J.D. Vance was like, you're right. That's lobbed at me, not really at him. So I don't call him a cuck, whatever you call him, call him a cuck, whatever. He's at least so far working. Yeah, CIA guys are good at operating correctly, says Carver. And I'm not saying he's a CIA guy, but some people, even in my own chat, say he is. And if he is, you think he would be oh, Terry. I didn't laugh. CIA guys are good at operating correctly. Like I'm mostly joking, I think, at this point. I'm obviously just on some kind of bit. I'm just doing some kind of bit. If he is CIA, then I guess it's bad, huh? Even if he is operating correctly. But as long as you swear your fealty, J.D. Vance, bend the knee, take the hits. Nice. I like how he responded to it. Sincerely. But I'm just rambling a little bit. JD. Oh yeah, it was about Hillbilly Elegy and his book. He's getting a lot of crap. He gets a lot of crap for basically selling out the middle America. Like, oh, he literally wrote a whole book just dogging on middle America. And maybe it was. I don't know. I haven't read the book. I'm hearing they're pushing this fake couch story that he had sex with the couch as a kid. That's not even in the book. It's like it's hitting. It's like hitting in some areas. Like even Tim Walz was joking, was peddling in the joke, and some Republicans are like, oh, you can't say that's a lie. That's not even in the book. It's interesting to see when you respond to evil or lies or anything, you just lose. I mean, there's a right way, I think, but usually the best response is no response. Isn't that an interesting thing? Imagine not responding to the devil. That is an interesting notion. And one of the only options you have when dealing with evil. Have you noticed that? Whether it's in you or in others, especially if it's in others sometimes. Imagine that. Like, I don't know, that might fly over people's heads sometimes, but the fact that you totally can ignore evil and just be awkward, say silence, look into the distance, and have the other person be like, what? Why aren't you? I just told you you're an idiot or whatever, and you literally don't even respond. That's amazing. That's kind of amazing. Do you guys know what I'm getting at? Come on, give me some examples. We should flesh this out. This is way more important than JD Vance and whatever crap is happening. Dealing with evil. Anybody have examples? Devil wants you to fight back. It's like that caller on the hate report earlier. Never go full retard, says Frederick. Right, what do you mean? How? Why are you judging me? How you doing, sir? Mr. Frederick. Hope yesterday went well for you. Come on. Who's got examples? This is that's what evil wants to do. And if you remember this caller on the hate report earlier talking about his kids, that was amazing. And he said, remember what he said? He said, after having a whole just be silent and stare off in space. Ninja, please. Think about it, Frederick. Imagine you have imagine you have a wife or a son, and they just love, and you don't really know it at first. They're just going through stuff, and they're like lashing out. They start ranting and swearing at you, and they're going through something. You know it's not them. You know it's not. Maybe you don't know it's not them, but let me tell you. Let me get you to level 1, my friend. You can't judge people. They're not even in control. Think about all the things that you do that you don't want to do. So, okay, now that we're here, think about this, Frederick. You got a son that like dislikes you and is ranting, or you have a wife that's like this or whatever, and you're like, but no, it's you. And then they come, and then you just try and work it out. You're like, but why are you mad? Da da da. And you go back and forth, and it's like, oh my God, you drop down on your knees, but. And then you finally, and then you come back, and they're like, sorry, and you're like, maybe you even apologize. I don't know. I'm making it up. And it's like, okay, now we're back. Okay. And then it's like all of us, you say one thing, or something weird happens, and now this person's got a face, and this person's all mad again. And then they start using it against you, and it's all over again. And it feels like you've been doing this rigmarole a couple of times. In fact, a whole bunch of times. It's the same old story. Guess what? It's happening because you're responding to evil. And evil's loving it. Evil loves you responding. You can literally, let's say they're ranting or raving, they say something, they're trying to get at you. Maybe it's little. Maybe they're like, whatever, I bet you that's how your mom feels about you. Even like a little, imagine you just sitting there and let's say you're reading something or just doing what you were doing and like nothing, just stone face. To the point of awkwardness, to the point of weirdness. It's just like you didn't even hear them. Come on. Frederick, tell me where I'm wrong. That's amazing. That's an amazing response to evil. Some people think you have to respond. And this person talking to hate, they thought they really weren't responding to their own son. They were like, yeah, when he starts ranting and raving, I'll just try and be positive and blah blah blah. And I am definitely taking calls 844-900-2229. And then James asks him, and then James tells him, but my friend, you just told me you weren't reacting to your son, and here you just tell me you are. And then he tells Hake, oh, I am. No, I'm only reacting positively. No, don't react at all. Don't react to evil at all. That's amazing. The footholds of evil. The devil counts on you, gasping, because in that moment. Possession. Anyways, 844-900-2229. That's freaking real. All right, get out of here. What do you have to say? Nothing. All right, let's talk about nothing. Like Jaden Smith and Imani Khalif, and let's talk about nothing again. Let's see. We'll see if it comes back. It's not up to me. Inaction is essential to survive an onslaught. The spiritual onslaught, right? A spiritual onslaught. I am definitely taking calls. What else? Oh yeah, I'm also in the Discord. Hit up the Discord if you like.
This is scary.
Huh?
This is so stupid. I'm gonna leave now.
I know I was mentioning Hillbilly Elegy, so maybe I could just finish up with that.
Crazy bullshit.
Hillbilly Elegy. You know,
What was banging?
whatever you think. Basically, where I was is they're dogging JD. They're telling him he's hating his own guys. He's hating his own people. He made a whole book dogging out the white people. But I was listening, and maybe he did. But I was thinking about that a little bit. I'm like, man, this sounds like such a familiar story. He was just Jesse Lee Peterson. He just loves denigrating the blacks. He just loves denigrating black people. Jesse Lee Peterson. I've been advised by my new campaign advisors. This Jesse Lee Peterson character is denigrating black. No, I don't want to do that. I don't. Imagine Trump. This is Trump. This is Trump going full Joe Kenyon. Shout out Joe. This is Trump. That's Trump going full Joe Kenyon. Jesse Lee Peterson always denigrating the blacks. How about the white people? They commit crimes too. Little crimes. They call them white collar. Okay. Hillbilly Elegy. What? Hillbilly Elegy. I mean, just looking at this cover, let's be a little shallow. I'm not sure what's in this book. I mean, I heard there's funny stories with his grandma, but a memoir of a family and culture in crisis. A memoir of a culture. And again, I'm not even saying anything about JD Vance. Like, maybe he doesn't get it. Maybe he is some like university schmuck or whatever, and he doesn't get it. But did you know that this is Appalachia? I heard if you're not from there, you call it Appalachia. You know, it gets pretty poor up there, right? It gets pretty nifty, pretty. What does C-Mac say? It gets pretty nifty, pretty whatever. It means it gets dangerous, okay? You can get in some snubble. Some of the poorest areas of America. And they say there's two types of people out in Appalachia.
Grammarly has again been a lifesaver with my application.
I came from a long line of drug users. I will be the first in my family to hold a college degree.
Are you the grandma of the holler?
I guess.
Massive hit to a community like this.
I want to show people that we are more than just drugs and coal mine.
We work hard, we support our families, and we don't let nobody step in between that.
This place got me a little emotional. Adventure we're going on, driving through the south side of West Virginia.
Yeah, this is the mountains. Does every culture have like a negative view of mountain people? I swear, like Colombians or whatever, the Hispanics, they're like, oh, los montañeros. Los montañeros are like backwards people, backwards A people. But yeah, anyways.
All the way over to Kentucky. And this is known, arguably, is one of the most impoverished places in the country. Now, this is former coal country. The industry was booming at one time. It's retracted quite a bit. Many people have left, but some have stayed. So today we're gonna get far out as we can, into the sticks to meet the locals.
Some of the locals that this guy on YouTube, Peter Santinello, met out here in Appalachia, one of the poorest regions in America.
Out here. Look at this architecture, some beautiful buildings. What town is this?
This is the town of Kimball.
How long have you lived here?
It'll be 4 years this December. I moved here for work.
Coal?
Yes.
You don't think this video is gonna make 100 million?
I don't think so. Maybe 5.
How many did it make? It made 28 million. Dang.
6'5", 260 pounds full of muscle, maybe. All right. Hey, T. You all right? I'm doing good. Thank you, T. And that's my neighbor. He's.
Hey, T.
T, you 76 yet?
I'm 77.
77. This gentleman is making a video
Making a video?
of this area.
About Appalachia.
Come on over,
You want to
T.
jump in, T? T's got stories, I can tell.
His name is Fred Johnson, and his wife's school children, she's a teacher.
Okay.
Nickname of T. It's a story.
Yeah, that's right. How you doing? You
Good. Good T. Nah, it's a rental truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your name?
Peter Santinello.
Peter Santinello. Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, T.
You won't find a better man than T.
I don't know.
T's the best man in town, or all of McDowell County?
I'd say in all McDowell County.
Thank you, Clarence. Thank
T,
you, man.
do you grow up here?
No, I grew up in Tazewell, Virginia.
So how's McDowell County?
It's good. It's good. It's a nice, wonderful place to live. People are friendly. Everybody's friendly down here. You don't meet a stranger.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody can help you, they'll help you. If you're sitting on the side of the road at night and got a flat tire, they'll stop and change it. Or if they can't change it, they'll bring you home. Because we had a flood here back in 2001, 2002, and a lady from Bluefield worked at the Welch Hospital. And the water was up all the way through there, and she got to the end of town, and somebody called me, and I went down and got her and brought her up, and she spent the night with us, me and my wife. I let her stay at
What in the hills have eyes?
So I didn't
Check it
know
out, check it out.
that
Listen up,
from
this part.
Adam.
So a lot of old school values out here.
Old school values, a lot.
What about the younger generation?
They're gone.
They're leaving. They're leaving town?
They're leaving town, and the ones that are here, they don't really care about anything. They just, most of them's on drugs.
Really?
Really, most of them drug problem.
Prevalent here.
Yeah.
So from my understanding, talking to some locals, it's either people are on drugs or people are super hardworking. There's like no in between.
no
It's
in
like you got
between.
two different groups, right?
Right, that's right. Two different groups. Mostly everybody around here is elderly, except Clarence.
I mean, I just want to show you a little snippet of that. Peter Santinello over there in Appalachia, over in eastern Kentucky. Southwest Virginia to eastern Kentucky, is the largest region of economically distressed counties in the country. And putting together some of them fancy readings on fancy book readings on what exactly happened here, why, and all that. You might find it interesting. We'll get into it hopefully sometime this week. But we'll do that, you know, because it's a little interesting to me. How so rich, the land's so rich, yet these things happen. Hey, who just joined me? Oh, I got Brian. How you doing, sir? Oh, you're muted. You're muted and deafened. You are muted and deafened, sir. He might hear me when his stream catches up. But yeah, you just joined me here, sir. How you doing, Brian? Just jumped into
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just jumped into the Discord here.
Yeah, I was gonna give you a call earlier when you were talking about not reacting at all with other people.
Yeah, some thoughts on that?
I do, but I really just called in because you showed that clip of the Appalachian people. And it's funny, man. I come from a small town that's like maybe an hour away from that area, and the guy mentioned something about how like the young people are gone and it's just old folks there.
And if the young people did stay, they are a mess.
Yeah, they're either like on drugs or hard working. It's like either they're on drugs or they're hard working and still living with the family. But I was looking at I remember what the population was when I last visited, like years and years ago, maybe like 16, 17 years ago. And it was at like 700 and something. It might have been close to 8. And I looked recently, and it's down to 186 people.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I've ever
Yeah,
been
so-
anywhere with with just like 186 people.
Yeah, well, that's a lot less than what it was when I remember being there, but it's pretty crazy to think about when that. Like, I mean, when he said that, it really puts it in perspective what's happening to a lot of these areas where it used to be, you know, kind of that was somewhat the epitome of small town America. You know, you had a community, not really a community, but it was just like a small little town or whatnot, and you know everybody had a house. You could see in the footage the guy showed the area. You could see how it maybe once used to look like full of life and thriving. You know,
Architecture looks amazing.
it does, doesn't it? That's what's amazing about a lot of these places in America that are kind of falling apart like that. Is, you know, they were built when they were built and being maintained. They looked amazing. They looked great, and it kind of shows that they're still standing. But at the same time, it still looks like crap now.
It's a funny thing you mentioned, if I might interject. Don't forget what you're saying. There's a lot of buildings in LA even. Just, I bet you that there's this one building on apartments.com. It's always there. Literally nobody rents it. Looks like a mess. And you look at this building, I'm like, I bet you this was amazing when it was built. You could see it in the architecture, in like old photos. I guess that's how everything starts, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty amazing how he mentioned that, and I can really see that when it comes to where I'm from. But you were talking about just not, like, you were asking everybody if you could ever just not react to anything. Like if somebody's yelling at you or whatever the situation was, and you could just sit there and just not, and just pretty much make it awkward without like really trying to make it awkward.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, I just lost my thought.
I remember talking about that. Imagine that. Just don't respond.
Oh yeah. So there's so many, but at the same time, you also mentioned how, you know, sometimes there is a right way to respond, but you said, you know, usually the best response is no response.
Mm-hmm.
And so I agree with that, and I also agree that there's a time to respond the right way. But something about not responding, when you don't respond, and it kind of, the situation goes through that moment where it makes its way through the awkwardness. From my experience, what happens is it reaches a point to where it's like whatever was happening ain't happening no more, and it's almost as if it's done with, and it kind of didn't happen.
Yeah, man. Like it literally didn't happen.
Right. It just ends, and then it's just over, because, and I know now it's because it's just you not going into that hell, you know, and other hell comes out of other people, and that's when those situations happen, you know, when you're dealing with life. You know, you're gonna come across other people and they're in hell, and it's like people sucking each other into hell, but when you don't go with that reaction, which is so hard to do, when you say it like so candid, like, oh, if you could just do this, which I understand that, and it is really that easy, but when you really think about it, that for most people that means not going with any little inkling of what you think you may know, or what you think you should say, or what you think you can say, and all these little itty bitty things that can just take you out of not saying anything in a snap of a second. And for a lot of people, that is really hard to do, because there's so many things that there's always going to be something that you can say, you know. But if you could just see this one thing happen where you just don't react all the way to the end, you're going to see something else that you've never seen before.
I suspect you're right. Brian, man. And it's important what you're saying. It's important what you're saying, because as difficult as it may seem and all that, it's the only thing that matters. Because it's like taking the wrong turn on a long journey. You're gonna lose hours, days, months even. You lose months. You literally lose months, because you are not, because of your lack of vigilance. And you got to be, you know what I mean, vigilant to everything, because you could literally lose a whole day, a whole month. You know what I mean by losing a month? Because
I do.
You literally go, the thoughts and everything you're talking about takes your life down a different path. And it's a wrong turn.
You gotta go through it.
It's a detour, and you lose days, months. You lose weeks, months in your mess.
Yeah, I like that. I like that analogy because it takes you off the path, and you know, it's all about, and you know why it's happening. It's happening because it's because you have a want. You want, period. It's because you want to say something. You want to retaliate. You want to do all these things. If you could just stop wanting anything and just see what happens, just want for nothing. If you can want for nothing for a day, just catch yourself wanting something and then just deny yourself. Amazing things will happen.
And I love I think it's important. I really do like saying that it's not responding to Satan specifically. It's important. I think it's important to frame it that way, to see it that way.
I agree.
And an example, I'll bring it back to that hate call earlier. It happened in that call where the caller, the father who was considering ignoring his son because his son was just acting up, to teach him a lesson. He was trying to ignore his son with the motivation of trying to teach him a lesson. You would still be you can think to yourself, oh, I'm not responding to the devil, but you are responding to the devil within you at that point.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. So it's got to be you're denying the devil, not these people around you. There's just people. Don't judge them. You don't want to respond as to the devil.
That's true, man. That's true. And the devil don't respond to silence.
Interesting, sir.
He don't know what to do with it.
Got to go somewhere else.
He really do, man. That's why sometimes you got to be able to tell people to shut up.
That almost sounds like it's in the Bible, sir.
Is it really? I don't
know. It just sounds like it might be.
I'm glad you. I'm glad you brought that up though, because I listen to Jesse's show a lot, and so many people call in and they know the Bible. People call in and they want to announce that they know the Bible, even like up to that level, I read the Bible for like a week, Nick, and I saw how it just wanted to take me on these rides. And I'm not saying that I don't read it now or that I haven't, picked it up and looked inside of it, but I see how knowing the Bible and reading the Bible, wanting to know the Bible, in that way, I see how it gets in the way of so many people. And I'm just so thankful that I just never, because I've been in the church my whole life, and just going with my family and stuff like that. But I never really got into the church, if you know what I mean.
Totally.
And I'm just so thankful that I just avoided that hell of feeling like I know God because I know this book.
I'm following you, man. Like you could see your thoughts trying to interpret what you were reading, and it'll take you. That's what you mean by the ride it was trying to take you down?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I know what you mean. And isn't the knowledge, knowing that though, protects you a bit, huh? If not totally.
It does. No, it does, because it's not.
Yeah, because I'll read something and not understand it, and I'll just put it down. I'm like, okay, I just don't get it.
Right, and it's like I don't really have a need to read the Bible as far as I can see. I know that it tells a story, and it probably says a lot of things that maybe that I could have some more understanding about, and I'm not opposed to that. Like I said, if I want to pick it up, I pick it up, but I don't really see a purpose for me to be picking up the Bible like that, just day to day.
I gotcha. You're not gonna do the front to back. They say, I swear, I used to know this. They used to have like a calendar too. There were some Christians I used to know, and they'd give out this like 365-day calendar, and it's like a reading plan, and you can get the whole Bible done in a year, I believe. You're not gonna finish your calendar?
Somebody said something about like 4 chapters a day or something like that, or
you're not gonna finish your 365-day reading plan? You could be an expert in 1 year. Dude,
the plan,
and then you can go out to the streets and start preaching. What a business plan.
Oh my goodness, they're setting you up for success here. Totally
invest a year of your life.
My goodness. You know, do you ever see like people? I live in a pretty rough neighborhood right now, and sometimes these young women will come walking through this rough neighborhood, trying to talk about God, and I just wonder, like, who sent them out of the house to come walk through this neighborhood? You know?
Oh no, they're being yeah. That's like holding snakes. That's like holding snakes to show your faith, in my opinion.
Oh my goodness, man, it's so disgusting on so many levels.
Frederick says me. These it's like holding snakes and getting bit by them, going like, God will protect me from these snakes. Okay, I got bit. Okay, God, take the venom out. All right, I'm dying. God, I don't know. you still got it, right? Right, God? What a mess.
Oh goodness. Oh man, that's funny. Well, that's all I wanted to tap in for real quick, Nick. I'm enjoying the show.
Thank you, sir. Call me again. Or I mean, I guess you're on Discord, so just hop out of just go into the general chat or just leave.
I'm out of here.
Peace.
I'm out of here.
Hit the Discord, y'all, if you guys want to jump in. If I'm ever in the one at a time voice channel, you're welcome to pop in if there's not somebody else there. You just pop on in. You can talk to the anchor baby. You can also call him 844-900-2229, 844-900-BABY. But yes. Bible. The Bible. I like reading the Bible. You know, I get a wild hair sometimes. I get a wild hair. I mean, my hair's wild right now. But I get a wild hair every once in a while. More than once in a while, okay? I swear I'm a Christian. Some people really judge you for that. Think about that. Wait, you don't read the Bible? What, how many times do you talk about, okay, is Jesus your Lord, though? How shallow can you get? Is Jesus your Lord? So you just want me to say words, and then you'll be happy, and then you go off on your merry way? Oh, I just met a nice Christian. Oh, honey, you wouldn't believe it. I met a nice Christian. We talked about the Lord. Lord. Hey, what's up, dude, Jesus?
What's up?
Welcome, sir. I don't know if I've ever spoken to you.
Yeah, you have. I called you like your first show.
You freaking did. Yeah, that's right. How you been?
Well, just okay, man. My life's insane. I can't even go into
insane? Now, what could be so insane? More insane than anyone else?
I may have to. I don't know, man. I can't really.
Oh man, don't say. I guess.
I mean, it's beyond fucked up, beyond belief. You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Well,
one day I will.
I'm all ears.
Well, I was just stopping to say hi.
Well, a pleasure, dude. Jesus, man, thank you.
Dropping out.
I try and keep some back picks, some hardcore back picks in my pocket for you. I'm talking about music.
Oh.
Or some noisy picks for you.
Cool, man.
Well, thanks for popping in. Did I mishear you? You said you just wanted to pop in?
Yeah, I was just gonna say hello and leave to be, enigmatic.
The mystery continues. Dean Jesus, I'll be here.
I'll see ya.
I think I have Yes Gunner. In fact, I got a couple calls coming in. 844-900-2229, 844-900-BABY, and we got Yes Gunnar out of Chicago, Illinois. How you doing, sir? Oh wait, hold on. Unmuted. Go ahead.
You hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Thanks, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you for taking my call.
No problem. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I've been trying to catch your show, but what happened? Is there a new format? I kind of saw it. You know, I catch glimpses of your show. I don't really see when you announce it. Is there like a new format? I saw that.
Yeah, pretty much. I've wanted to do the evening streams here. You know, I like doing the Friday shows, right? A lot of people like those. I wanted to see, just see how much people really like the nighttime stuff. I also had some scheduling. You know, I had to move my schedule around. There's a lot I want to get done for Bond, basically, to be brief, and so I left my show for later. What else? But that's pretty much it. Not too much thought behind it. Just kind of trying the nighttime thing, and it seemed to make sense. I'm learning now, though. I'm learning now. Basically, I've split my audience in two. It's not that people like one or the other more. They really like both. But I have basically my audience, the ones that I built watching through American Anchor Baby at 12, and they like that. And then the ones that watch this and they like this. It goes to show you can build kind of whatever you want. But I seem to have split them. Maybe I'm the one who's split within. I don't know what to tell you.
No,
I really like doing both, though.
People don't like to watch. I like both, you know, but I do like the streams better, you know.
Okay, though. Thank you for that.
And I think your polls say otherwise. And I mean, who can do like 8 hours of Bond every day, you know?
There's some part of me. I must be insane. I must be nuts, because there's a part of me that wants to do like American Anchor Baby, and then I want to come out and here and stream and do Nick at Night. I must be insane, but there's something I really like about it, because American Anchor Baby is like an homage to like radio and Jesse. You know, you know, I've been watching him. I learned everything I know from him, and it's like an homage to that, to like the radio legends. I mean, Jesse's a radio legend. Let's go. And here is I get to pretend like I'm a streamer or something. And I'm like, look at me, I'm a streamer.
I hear you.
But go ahead, man. What you call
wrong with that? Yeah, I mean, I like them because, you know, when it's 4 o'clock Pacific time, it's 6 over here now. You know, it's starting to get nighttime. I get to catch it. Today I'm off, so yeah.
Welcome.
I want to talk about a little bit of you know, because I'm infatuated with religions, and there are these females I was seeing, and I saw. I'm not gonna say where, but they're usually around traveling, and they have like a cap that covers their bun. And I was like, man, I got to approach one and see. I can tell they're from a religion. I need to know. You know, Turkey.
That's something really funny about that for some reason. I'm glad you did.
I was like, hey, are you on a missionary trip? And there I was like, yeah, you know, sort of. I went to go teach 2 years and whatnot, and now I'm heading back home. I was, oh, how old are you? He was like 21. I was like, what? And I was, so they're teaching like at a school for like 2 years, and then they get sent back. And I was like, oh, okay, well, what denomination? And then they go, oh, Church of God in Christ. No, Church of Christ in God, Mennonite. And I was like, oh, okay. And
I met a Mennonite girl once.
Yeah, they're really spirited, you know. Then I hit them with the, you know, my grandpa was a Pentecostal, you know, pastor, so you know I kind of get that.
Yeah,
a little bit of my
get in there.
Stuff from him.
No, mess around.
And but I want to. They're kind of similar to Amish in a way, but not really, because Mennonites can travel via plane, via coaches and cars, versus Amish can only take the train or ride a buggy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like they've blocked themselves off from certain technologies. I'm definitely familiar with some of these religious cultures in America where they block themselves off from certain technology. So the Mennonites can still use planes and travel and do certain things.
Yeah, they're just exactly how as you have seen them on, like super 1800s.
Yeah, so the Mennonites are a little bit more. hybrid here with the technology. I mean, I've never met an Amish person, but I did meet a Mennonite girl once, and she was at.
Okay.
She was at I went to some French program basically in Canada, and I went off. I got sent away for the whole summer, and I went to learn French, and we stayed in some dorm rooms, and there was a Mennonite girl from like some town in Ontario, and she said she was Mennonite and all that. This girl went nuts. This girl went crazy. She went buck wild.
How so?
Look, so it was the craziest thing. It was called l'Explore Canada, and we got on a bus. We went off to we went to Montreal. I stayed there a whole summer. I will not say her name. And so we stay in dorms, and we had activities every day and classes too. But they also gave us a stipend, and it was like $250 a week. And what me and some of the guys did is we got together and put our money together and like threw parties basically. And we charged a cover. we threw parties. We charged a cover. We got lights and everything. We made it like a sick thing. And we actually made some money with the stipend they gave us. I don't know if that was allowed, but whatever. And so we had parties. And this Mennonite girl went buck wild. Is all I'm gonna say.
Okay? Well, hold on. Was there like booze?
Yeah, there was booze.
Weed.
No weed, nothing like that. But there was booze. There was definitely booze, and and she went nuts. I think the Amish do that too.
How she went nuts?
Well, that's dancing and drinking and maybe other things even.
Oh, okay.
Stuff that I wasn't privy to because of closed doors. Uh-oh.
So I once met out in downtown Chicago. If any of my Chicago people are listening, Union Station. It's a famous train station in Chicago. I went out there. I was gonna go downtown. I got off the metro, and I saw these Amish guys. I'm like, right away, I know they're Amish. And I'm like 2 or 3 beers in. I was like, I gotta talk to these guys. And I just approached them casually. What you guys doing? And they were looking at some pictures. So I guess they had used the camera, one of those plastic ones, and printed them out at CVS. And I was just, we took pictures. They were not the best pictures. And I just asked them, hey, what are you guys? And they're Amish. And I've asked them, you guys have a strong accent. What do you guys speak? And they speak Pennsylvanian Dutch. And I don't know what translation of the Bible they have, but I'm sure it's in Dutch. And she was asking, what's your name? Oh, Samuel, Joseph, and a couple other biblical names. I was like, all right, you guys are cool. And I just had a casual conversation, but they were telling me that they can't fly, and they're only allowed to take trains. And I tell them, I fly, and, not figuratively, but they looked at me like, oh, you fly, huh? I was like, yeah, I take a plane and stuff. But they're not allowed to. But that's why they were in Union Station, downtown Chicago, just because they were taking trains. Their layovers was like 4 or 5 hours. They got to catch the next train. Yeah, dude, they're traveling all America.
That's amazing.
Now, they were. What happened?
Now, despite the well-known, I guess, meme of Amish Rumspringa, they go off and they experience the lures of the city and they go wild. Despite all that, my impression is, and I could be totally wrong, is that they're relatively successful in keeping their families going and their way of life. I mean, it seems to have survived all this time. What's your impression of them? I don't really know.
From what I've learned is that they don't get involved in politics. They don't vote. They don't serve military. A lot of them were able to develop a peaceful life when during the draft, I believe World War II or the Vietnam, when they were getting drafted, they rather went to jail than serve. So they pretty much abstained from that lifestyle and stuck to their old ways. I like that. I like that. I appreciate it. I'm fascinated. I'm in awe because it's a culture that just got stuck in time. Would I live that life? No, no. I applaud it. I'm all for it, but I can't live that life.
Fascinating, man. Yeah, I have a. Are you trying to speak? Did we lose you there?
No.
Oh, my bad. I'm hearing something else. All right.
Is that what you hear?
I'm hearing this YouTube video is playing very, very low. I thought you went away from your phone, but it's something else.
No. I'm right here.
Well, no problem. No, I hear you just fine now. Man, yes, Gunner. Anything else you want to say about this?
No, I appreciate it. This is a good conversation. I think, Jesse overlooks the Amish and the Mennonites, doesn't really bring them up. I would like for him, I want to see his thoughts on it. And then, their lifestyle that they live.
Nice,
what
man. Yeah, maybe there could be a segment on it. It might be cool.
Yeah.
Like a segment on them. Maybe even a guest. Are there any Amish or Mennonite influencers?
Oh yeah, that that YouTuber you're watching?
The Peter Santarelli or whatever?
Yeah. He had went to I think out in the south, and he had went around that area and he met an individual that was really open about it and how he was gonna go out to like downtown Memphis to preach. He lived an Amish life, but did not consider himself Amish. He considered himself more Christian. But whole 9 yards, he went viral. He was, you should look him up. It was like this Amish guy he was interviewing. Forgot his name, but yeah, you could look him up on his channel.
All right, Amish guy.
Yeah.
Whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
All right. Take care,
Much appreciated, man. Call me again.
All right. Bye bye.
Take care. Yep. He's making me think all this talk of Appalachia or Asia and some of these poor areas. It reminded me of this thread. One of these, big brain Twitter threads that may mean nothing, but it might be interesting. These big brain people on X.com, they just get to thinking and then they start writing down what they're thinking. And it's just like, wow, look at all this. Hyper low American church aesthetics. The strip mall church, often presented online as the ultimate symbol of American Christians dropping the ball somewhere along the historical timeline. Plastic signs and conference room vibes. Post it next to a cathedral. Just do it. Imagine this next to a cathedral. What, did we go wrong? It writes itself. Look at this. Then look at this medieval basilica. You can draw whatever conclusion you want. These people don't care about aesthetics, relationship of beauty to the divine. Maybe they mean well, but their tradition has failed them. It's a great box to stand on. I'm reading the thread here. Look at this. Strip mall churches. I love strip mall churches. I was about to say, I found God in a strip mall church, but that's not true. I found God in a YouTube algorithm. Imagine that. In a basement room in Canada. I wonder what this poster even has constructed. Whatever, it's just these big brain people on X. They put their thoughts down. It could be interesting. We're not going to put too much importance on this. But okay, he continues. But is that really why it looks this way and why this exists? Maybe. But perhaps there are other factors. Complex historical, social, material, aesthetic conditions that led us here to the Eternal Life Church next to an HR block with linoleum floors. Let's go to the Amish. I have mentioned that I live in a place with a variety of what they call plain people. Amish, Mennonites, some Pentecostals who do the thing, where they all dress similarly, usually in clothes that look relatively similar. Did you know some have no buttons? You're not allowed to have buttons. Some of the Mennonite men have no buttons on their clothes. I noticed this. What a guy told me is that in some communities, they have no visible buttons because it would start a kind of aesthetic arms race. One guy gets silver buttons, one guy gets brass buttons. Now it's a thing. Is this how evil operates? Johnny down the road, Adam down the road. What, they have biblical names? Samuel down the road. Look, did you see his? What in tarnation? Did you see? Well, honey. Honey, did you see Samuel's tin? No, come on. Samuel's doing a little better than tin. Silver buttons on his overalls. They're looking mighty polished. And then Farmer John listening to his wife talking about Samuel's silver buttons. Like, well, I ain't never gonna let Samuel show me up and take my woman. And now it's over. Community destroyed. Now one person has engraved buttons, and now everyone is noticing the buttons and talking about them. This is interesting because it's kind of an anti-aesthetic maneuver. It's chaining up the aesthetics to the maximum extent. But yet they often look great. They at least don't look bad. Isn't that kind of an interesting point? Look at them. They're like, we can't have buttons. You can't look good. You can't be different. You can't do this. You can't do that. Oh, they're destroying aesthetics and beauty. But yet, I mean, they look pretty good to me. Clean and nice, clothes. It's all the same, but whatever. Isn't there a TLC show about the Amish? Probably. Evil also operates as, I'm more plain. No, I'm more abused. No, I am. Hey, welcome to White Shadow. A couple of names who came in here. Hey, what's up, cuz? Gizmo, Kevin Howe, Tyler. Welcome, Lucky Larry, Jasmine, Nikolai, Games for Rec. It's odd to ask what these people's relationship to aesthetics is. They look great. All their stuff looks really nice to us, but is that incidental? Doesn't seem like they sat down and decided what materials look nice and chose wood and certain cloths for aesthetic reasons. In fact, it kind of feels like the opposite. This is just what made sense for them to use at the time, either for practical reasons, availability, cost, and it got frozen in that modality due to an aversion to modern technology. Or it just makes sense for them to use it. Damn, they still wear these hats? What the? This is so old school. I mean, look at these shoes. Look at this juxtaposition of technology. If you guys want to really keep it to the before 4 times, those shoes ain't fitting. Come on. Knit roasting them? No, I love them. But look, if you're going to wear, what are those? If you're going to wear beautifully factory made New Balance or Skechers or whatever that is, we got to figure this out. We got to figure out this something's going on here. I mean, this has got to be from hundreds of years ago. That's got to be, the shoes here got to be made in China with like modern textile technology. But that's still probably fine. I'm just messing around. I'm just making jokes. I believe the Mennonites, this is the tweet. We'll finish this up. I believe the Mennonites are a form of Anabaptist. I would describe the Anabaptists as one of the main Christian wings with the largest aversion to partnering with any form of state power. That's why they got killed all over Europe. Wow. But we're able to set up shop here. I don't know if that's true. Owen Cyclops, he's like this, he makes like, comics or cartoons or drawings, whatever. He's like good at what he does. And I believe he's taken up his family and has moved them off to one of these like areas where there's more of these people for whatever reason. And so he's come to live close to a lot of these people. What else here? Whatever. It was just a thread that came to mind. Also, talking about the Amish and everyone, did you know about the excessive deadly crashes by buggy? Do you know how many deadly buggy crashes happen in Amish country?
Investigating a deadly horse and buggy accident.
How do the Amish like anime? That's an awesome question. I'd like to, maybe there'd be an interesting. There's probably a YouTube series on that. Amish Reacts. Amish Reacts. Are Amish allowed to do an Amish Reacts channel?
Office is investigating a deadly horse and buggy accident. It happened around 5 o'clock last night on State Route 26 in the town of Georgetown. The operator of the buggy...
And then I'll get to calls. I do appreciate everybody holding up. We're about to get to calls here. That's 844-900-2229. About to get to calls.
Year-old Rudy Hirschberger was thrown after a car hit him from behind. Hirschberger landed on the eastern shoulder.
No, it's not two buggies crashing into each other. It's cars crashing into the back of buggies at night.
The road before being taken to the hospital. The driver of the vehicle was not injured. She tested negative for alcohol and drugs.
We got Steve out of Ohio. How you doing, sir?
Nick, what's happening, man?
Thank you for your call, Steven.
Yeah, good to hear from you, man. Been able to catch you guys a lot more often now. My schedule switched up a bit.
Nice. Right on, man. Well, thanks. I haven't heard from you in a bit here. Nice to hear from you. All is well.
Yeah, you know, the message stays around. It works. It keeps you going, you know.
I'm glad.
But I want to talk this Amish stuff, bro.
Sure.
Because I'm like 30 minutes away from Amish country. Yeah, so they definitely upgraded and they use scooters a lot too. Like some of the like the kids and teenagers and whatnot. And some of them they'll get a load on and the horse will just know how to get home. So it's kind of like they have like a Tesla driving them home if they're drunk. It's pretty sweet.
I've heard of this. I heard Jesse talk about this. That the horses actually know the way home, and you could be in the darkness and they could take you all the way home even if you couldn't see.
Yeah, you know they'll get tanked and they just let the horse get them there.
Horses are pretty awesome.
Yeah, no,
I've heard about that.
Dude, they're probably like the hardest working people like I know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I work around them because they do a lot of the construction work over in Ohio because we're like really close to the border of Pennsylvania, and you just see Amish guys throwing up houses around here. It's pretty crazy. And so the thing is, they can have a guy driving them in a van. He might get paid like $10 an hour, but those Mennonite guys can go in there and do all the work with, you know, they'll use power drills and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I guess there is a crew. They just can't use anything. Kind of weird.
Wow! So they don't use power tools.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
You know, they got drills and you know, nail guns, everything. They're just running show out here.
And are these people with power tools totally outworking the Amish, or what would you say about that?
No, the Amish are using the power tools.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, like the Amish are slaying out here. They're doing like 90% of the construction.
Rock on. Let's go.
Yeah. So there's one more thing about it. Like they have a nice kitchen out this way, but from what I heard, is all their crafted items. Like you can go to this restaurant. They have a little gift shop in the inside, a bakery, but apparently, I guess a truck brings all this stuff in for their little knickknacks that they sell. And everyone's like, oh, this is Amish homemade. It's so cute. But you flip it over, it says like made in Taiwan. It's kind of funny.
Oh, no way. What a scam.
It's a
tourist trap.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, you know how the government's such a bully?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how you going to let these people just live like that, you know, and like, you're just not gonna abuse them like the rest of us, you know? How are you gonna just let the Amish run amok and do what they want?
Help me understand.
Like, could we agree that the government are like a bunch of bullies or what?
I think so. Yeah, I generally agree.
And so they would want us to, in my opinion, become consumers to their you know, their production, so they can generate revenue.
Right.
So if the Amish aren't generating revenue, that's a bunch of empty vessels just taking up the government's land. You know, they're not getting a kickback off their work because they might be tax exempt. Like, what's the trade there?
Ah, I see. And yeah, I see. And they're largely left alone in a sense, is what you're getting at. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never I've never thought about this. I know that there are people who live in these nations, like you know what comes to mind, like the indigenous peoples. They call them First Nations up in Canada, but the Indians and all that, they have that's the first thing that comes to mind. They have their reservations, and this world apart from our world. But yeah, their world kind of looks like a mess. It doesn't look like they're getting better. Yet the Amish, you're saying they kind of have something similar. What would you say? Are they like? Do they have problems? I really don't know. I really don't know.
No, it seems like they're just wholesome, like God-loving
Nice.
people. Like whenever, like there's this one Amish dude, John, and he would be in there. His son Dwayne would be working, like his cousins working, and they're doing all the heavy lifting, and the dad's inside laying flooring. And I was like, a couple of years back when I first started catching Jesse, I'm like, I think every thought's a lie, and he was like, it is. And it just confirmed it right there. Yeah, it's
Haven't
like
you ever
they knew
been?
it.
Haven't you ever been still, loser?
I know. I felt like such a dunce. I'm like, man, I've been chasing this. and you just knew it the whole time because like you didn't stray the path. Like, but it's on how you're raised,
That's interesting, man.
I'm sure. You ever think if you were locked down on a farm till they're 16 and then they can do the run amok party? I mean, after 16 years of doing the consistent thing, I would probably have just stayed on the farm, man.
Right? Yeah. That's what you know. That's an interesting way of putting it. That's probably, I hear that a lot, if not mostly all of these people who do this Rumspringa thing and they go off and, okay, I'm allowed to do whatever I want, that they all return. That they pretty much all return home.
Yeah, it's something that we never got. We didn't get that community.
Yeah, but
other than that,
with your comment, I think brings more insight, more light to what's going on there. I think is what you're saying there. That's a foreign life, as it's just totally foreign. They're not. It's confusing. It's too different. It's just, oh my god, I get to do what I want. No, I don't want to. This is too scary.
Yeah, and then I think about their situation. It's almost like the immigrants. They just come in and do whatever they want. They're like an exempt class for some reason. They don't have to pay taxes, but they, the same with the Amish. But we all got to work and pay taxes. It's like, who's making the rules here, man?
Well, off just the top of my head, unless you know who's got the backroom deal between the Amish and the American government, the U.S. government, the U.S. government Amish deal, I think it's like, in the grand scheme of things, kind of looking far, the 10,000-foot view on this is like, is that pretty much all governments, all modern governments, don't like their swaths of their population that they can't quite control.
Yeah, if they can't get
the
them,
Chinese have it. The whole bunch of the Russians have a whole swath of population they can't control, and here there's I think the Amish might be one of them. You know what I mean?
So, those could be those lost tribes everyone's talking about.
The lost tribes. It's
it could be
uncontacted tribes like the Amish. It's a dying thing, don't you think? Like being like unless you like overthrow the government, they will assimilate the uncontacted tribes. They will be forced.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna roll house, bro. Like, no stone left unturned. We need you all debt slaves and buy as much McDonald's as you can. We need that. So I don't see how they're so privileged unless God's got a barrier around them or it's a cult. I don't know. One of the two.
Or it's just political. What is there the political will for? I think if you started trying to change the Amish people's lives, I think sincerely there'd be people in America even now who'd be like, whoa, what the heck? This is crazy.
Yeah, and if you look at the comparison, they never wore masks. They have like billboards down there that say like Trump 2024 and like, so they do have like a political opinion, but yeah, they're probably not allowed to dabble in politics because that whole deal with not getting drafted, I bet.
Well, I don't want to say. I really don't know about these people, so I don't want to say anymore.
Fair enough. And then just one last thing, I guess. The dude from the CDC just said monkeypox is about to bust out, so make sure you vaxxed up.
What? Is this going to be real? Who declares Mpox outbreak a global health emergency 4 hours ago?
Trudeau or the dude with the glasses. I can't think of his name.
Trudeau? Wait, what'd you say?
No, not Trudeau, but He's got glasses and whatnot. I can't think of
Was
his
he in the
name.
first pandemic? Was he one of the? Was he part of the Justice League in the first pandemic?
Yeah, he
Fauci?
came in after the short-haired chick.
Oh.
The Michelle chick. Yeah, he came in after her.
You're not talking about Dr. Fauci, are you?
No, it's like.
Oh.
I saw it on Truth. I don't know, so it might not be real.
Mpox.
I just want to.
Man, thanks for the breaking news, I guess.
Yeah, I hope it's real.
You getting a thrill? You ready for the next pandemic? Let's go.
Yeah, I need to get vaxxed up, bro. It's about time.
Let's go. Vax is for everybody. Thank you, YouTube.
All right, well,
thank you,
sir.
YouTube overlords, and thank you, Steven.
All right, God bless you, sir.
Call me again, sir.
Yes, sir.
844-900-2229, 844-900-BABY. We got Galahad, I believe. How you doing on the air?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, sir? Galahad, correct?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you. Want to talk to you, bro. You told me to call.
I remember talking to you in the chat, but it was because you said you were wondering why I was mad at you, and I don't know what you were talking about, what you were referring to. So I said, call me if there's any questions I can answer.
You know, I'm your brother, Nick. Why are you angry with me?
Well, how do you know I'm angry with you? I just don't know what you're talking about.
I know when people are angry with me, and I know you're angry. Is it about hate?
Have we ever spoken on the phone?
I'm just kidding, bro.
I think you're kidding. Yeah, no, it sounds like you're kidding. It feels like it doesn't feel like we're. It feels like you're kidding.
No, I love you, bro.
Right on, sir.
I'm the only Guatemalan that has ever called the show, I think. So.
I don't know about that. I believe we've had another Guatemalteca call in the show.
A girl?
And she was a lady. Little flower, little floor. We love floor.
The greatest flower. Cool, man. Cool. How you been, man?
No complaint. All is well.
All is well. Well, good. Is Hake okay?
What are you talking about?
Has he said anything about? I'm worried about Hake. That he's mad at me too.
No, man. Nobody's mad. I honestly, I do remember you calling him, but I forget what you guys were talking about. I can promise you he's not mentioned your name ever. I can promise you I can promise you though that he hasn't even mentioned your name even once.
I don't live in.
I bet you he's not even thought about you, but I don't know. I'm not in his head.
You're a good friend. You're a good. No, I just wanted to say hi, man, and let you guys know that I'm on your side. I really like you guys, and I don't want you guys to be angry at me at all.
No anger from me here, man. I've heard you calls a little bit. I'm not. I don't. It sounds like you're just, friendly guy, whatever. Like I've not thought anything about it, man. yeah, I don't see you. Yeah,
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. God bless you all, man.
You just be in the chat and do your thing, sir.
Just keep saying it from the chest, right?
Yes, sir. Anything you wanted to cool, a question or comment for me?
Yeah. Why don't you guys have girlfriends? Is that because of Jesse?
Because
like
women
telling
are.
You gotta
because,
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Because at Bond, we, what were you trying to say? You said because of Jesse? Because at Bond, we follow Jesse, and Jesse says no girls ever. No, I don't know. I'm just making jokes out of what I'm making stuff up out of what I didn't even let you say what you wanted to say.
Oh no, cool, man. Yeah, because that guy today was like, being a jerk about that. And I was like, they're probably like holy men, man. You don't know. Probably pimping like somebody in the chat saying. There's been rumblings, and I won't say either way.
because I'm not here to push rumors. I'm not here to feed rumors. But there's been rumblings that I've had connections with, you know, many conservative influencers, and it's basically a joke. I've basically never met or talked to any of them, but yeah, you know, I'm not CSAL, be quiet. Yeah, you know, I'm a holy man, like you said.
Holy man, yes sir. Slut making, not
No,
the
no,
thing.
no, no. No, not like that. I'm not being tongue in cheek about slut making. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not going around slut making. But yeah, what else did I forgot what I was gonna say to you, sir. Anything else you want to question or comment for me?
No, I think it's cool. Probably I'll meet you guys up in California whenever I'm able to.
We'll be here.
Be cool, man.
Sundays, as you know, 11 a.m. Pacific time, and first Thursday for Men's Forum. So if you're ever in the area, sir, be a pleasure.
Sir, smack some devils.
Yeah,
cool,
man.
Cool.
All right,
God
sir.
bless
Call
you,
me
bro,
again.
and God bless everybody.
For sure.
Send my best to Hank.
Will do.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Basically, because he did drunk DM Lauren that one time. Lauren! Hey, Lauren. Lauren Southern, you can't walk out of a drive-in movie. Mrs. Southern. Oh, wait, that's how I got to talk to her. With like a Montana drawl, like molasses slipping out your mouth. Mrs. Southern. Excuse me, Miss Southern. Okay, never mind. I'm never gonna marry Lauren Southern. Let's be real. I don't have a chance. I mean, the rumor is that I already have a wife and kids. I mean, that's the rumor. Some people are super chatting. They're saying, Nick, congratulations on the new kid or whatever. I'm getting super chats like that. So I mean, hey, well, right on, Terry. Well, thank you. He says you have a chance, Nick. Well, that's very nice of you, Terry. Thank you. Let's see here. That one was Jesse's fault. That's true. That was Jesse's fault. Nick a baby daddy. But anyways, let's talk about nothing. Let's go back to talking about nothing. I mean, weren't we kind of talking about nothing? There's some nice stuff, right? What the? What? What the? What the? Oh! Bianca Sensori was wearing clothes, but barely, and is gonna get me in trouble. What the heck? But, okay, what? Jaden Smith. Man, Will Smith, come get your son. Will Smith, come get your son. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at some tweets that you can't see. You're not allowed to see these x.com posts unless you are a mature adult. Will Smith, come get your son. Jaden Smith gets intimate with someone new, suggesting a split from viral girlfriend. Oh gosh. I mean, wait, hold on. Jaden Smith packs on PDA with IG model Cleopatra. It's a funny name, funny way of spelling your name, Cleopatra. So he's cheating. That's what's going on. Oh, so he's dating this one girl, and now he's plastered all over. He's plastered by TMZ pictures of him kissing some other girl, and so he's cheating. Oh, so he's like a player, right? Oh yeah, he's like a rock star, celebrity player. Except, kind of not. You know what I mean? Except kind of not. I mean, rock stars used to be, you know, I don't condone cheating. I don't condone all this sex out of wedlock, you know, just being crazy and all that. But this woman is like a couple years older than him, like a significant number of years older than him. This Cleopatra person, Cleopatra age. I swear, she's what is it? She's I believe she might be quite a bit older. "32? Wait, am I seeing this correctly? Hold on. He's 26 years old and he's with some woman almost 10 years older than him. And he seems to have like this was like his girlfriend before. And she seems young looking. And then he goes with Mama. I mean, what are these test tube women? What the heck? Like, were these people created in a lab? Like, what is this? Like, I made this person in VR. This person, like, I sculpted this person in VR. Someone made this in VR chat and took the chest slider and just put it 100, and then took the other slider. Like, you know, a lot of these. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe she. That's not even the point here. Getting fake bodies. The point here is Jaden Smith went with some mama. He found his mother. What the? Will Smith, come get your son. Figure it out. It's like, even the slut makers are mama's boys. I mean, I guess if one way of looking at that is they were always mama's boys, but what I'm trying to say is that the player character has been irreversibly changed. Today's player, this is a son of a celebrity with money, with connections, has made his own music, has really cool friends, and he gets his whole spot blown up by some mama that he went off to. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even cool. You do it in a shallow way, but it's not. You follow me here? Older women, mama. You look like a little boy. You look like a kid out on some boat that she rented. You understand what I'm saying here? Like the just how deep men are into being subject to women and trying to and figuring them out and talking. And not even that. Forget that. But like the mama son spirit has taken over. And I don't know if there's any rock stars, okay? It's just Jaden Smith now. Okay, I'm being totally exaggerated, but I'm trying to make a point. Will Smith, get your son. Come on. What the? Anyways. What a mess. Bagging an older girl is great for the ego at around 18 to 25. But what you don't, yeah, in a sense, yeah, I think you're right. But nothing. You're right. Isn't the look on the outside, though, when you look at that, you're like, oh, that's a Black Widow and you're a little grub. Right? You're the little grub. You're the little grub who's just met a Black Widow and you don't know what's coming. That's how I take that. That's how I like. But I'm kind of dramatic. Nick would save Lauren Southern. I'm kind of dramatic. Hey, delighted to be here. What's going on in the plantation? Shall we check the plantation in the last few minutes of the show? How about it? Maybe we should work on the plantation a little bit. Terry. She would become my god. She would be my anchor. She would be my everything. She would be my other half, Terry. I'd finally be complete. I always did a number on the older ladies. Just saying, it was the connection. It was the combination. It was the unbeatable trifecta of charm, young handsome boy looks, and great manners. I remember this beautiful French manager. I forget her name. It's some restaurant. She was an older lady. I'd be like, "Qui ton visage est comme la lumière." Be like, "Your face is like the moon." It was really corny, but psh, she was like hugging up. I'm not saying I'm like cool. I'm just saying that I had the unbeatable trifecta. Is all I'm saying. I'm just saying. We're trying to check on the plantation here. In the last little bit, Lord Spike Protein, how you doing? Welcome. We don't really have that much time, and this thing takes a while to load for some reason lately. I don't know why this game does this weird thing where it loads funny. Let's just wait. Okay, we can at least spend 15 to 20 minutes on the plantation, right? We need more people. Joe is still locked up. He's doing great though. He's working hard. Jesse did defeat those manhunter raccoons, and I believe they even got into another scuffle. We did brutally murder all of our invaders. We were unable to capture any of them, but we will keep our spirits up, for more are coming, and they will forgive their mothers. Oh, they gon' forgive. But right now, what's next? I believe we're working on our food stores and our iron and steel stores, so that we may begin construction on the slave ships. That's pretty much where we are. Point Fire, what's up? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Rome? What a lovely fisheye lens image of the firmament. Thank you, NASA. All right, we're loading. All right. Come on. Hey, what's up, American Native? We're almost there. I can feel it. You ever just rock the juice from the jug? Just rocking the juice. Okay, I think if I click, I'm taking a risk, but I think if when I wait this long and I click, oh, we're in. New slave today. Let's hope. We got our fingers crossed. We are hoping for that new slave. We need the work. We definitely need the work. All right, loading up Bond, Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny. Oh yeah, you gotta hit the milk from the carton. You gotta go mad. I literally have a gallon of milk in the office fridge right now. I literally go mad. Okay, here's our plantation. Oh, that's right. Jesse was injured. He has a whole bunch of... He's riddled with gunshots. That's right. Jesse is riddled with gunshots from our previous encounter. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got the pot. We already grew the pot. We're rolling up the pot. We have tobacco. That's great. We'll roll up the tobacco. We'll have Joe roll up the tobacco so we can sell it. We do need a nice amount of silver so that when we are on our travels, we will be able to purchase what we need on the way for if we were to run out on anything. Okay, we have our coal pile set up and our ore pile so we can make some room in our stores, which is full of linen, foods, bones, medicine, and pot. Look at all that pot. Yep. So things are going well except for Jesse being hurt. We're going to deal with this. Let's see what Joe does. He's got to tend to basic. Okay, he's rolling pot. He's rolling up the pot. It's okay. I think Joe already tended to Jesse. It seems like he's okay. He's going to make a recovery. Let's speed up the time here. These are just traders. These are just a caravan of traders selling goods that we're unable to trade with right now. Hey, thank you, Lucky Larry, with the super chat. Says JLP knit. Get me some strawberry ice cream with pop. Joe is sleeping and Jesse is resting. What happened to Jesse? He got look, he's got a gunshot to the torso, 2 gunshots to the right leg. He got shot up by an automatic pistol with from a raid, an earlier raid. Nick, did you see my super chat? Is that from when you said Stewardess C-Cell? I did read that one out earlier. Stewardess C-Cell is definitely on board with us. Thank you so much. But yeah, Jesse's kind of riddled with gunshots from the last raid. He'll be okay though. He's making a full recovery here. No, Jesse didn't get shot in real life. Jesse did not get shot in real life. We are playing a video game right now. We are playing a video game where Jesse is the owner. As you can see here, Jesse Lee Peterson. He's the owner of this plantation on a crash-landed planet. No, Jesse Lee Peterson in real life did not get shot. Thank you, Harmony. Plantation contributions. Very nice. We got to get bond funded. We have to get bond funded no matter what. That's why we're selling pot. Don't judge. We're taking the sinner's money and using it for good. We're taking the sinner's money and using it for good. Okay? There go Joe. There go Joe rolling up the pot. Rolling up the L's. This L got me hypnotized. Jesse is not dead. I repeat, Jesse is alive and well. Doom Jesus, please stop it. Yeah, we definitely need to craft Jesse a polo shirt. I wonder if that's even possible. Let's go into the research tab. Let's type in polo. Yeah, damn, this game definitely needs a polo. This game definitely needs polos. Noble apparel. Shall we just call the formal vest? No. Let's call royal apparel. No. Protective clothing. We don't have time for this. We need a polo shirt mod. We definitely need a polo shirt mod. That's what this game needs.
You see, I can't really be considered someone who's middle class. And I think that a man who would give me a miserable life, well, they should just be moved to the middle of the Gobi Desert and shot.
Looking good. We're just stuck right now basically till we kind of figure it out with Jesse. Also, our stores are our storage room is getting full. I mean, didn't I tell you to move all the? Oh, that's why. See, we have not copied the settings, so we don't want coal or ore in this storage room since it seems to be filling it up way too quickly. We're gonna want to copy these settings onto all of our shelves. We've built many nice shelving units. Joe definitely needs a friend. Delighted to be here. We need to get to work. But yeah, we've built very nice shelving units here in our medieval outpost. We have a nice, as you can see here, we have a nice animal pen with 2 donkeys. They will be the beginning of our labor force, of our pack animal labor force that we will load up into the slave ships once that gets all done. Other than that, though, we have a little medieval kind of production zone here. And as you can see, we do not need all this coal in this room. So let's deal with that. Joe, once you get up, could you please deal with that? Thank you. Simple meal has rotted away. That's not good. We need food for Joe. Joe needs to eat. Joe and Val. Oh, never mind. Give Joe fried chicken. Well, what's Joe doing right now? He's cooking 4 simple meals. He is a slave with a he's 41% suppressed. His will has been broken. He's quite comfortable despite being soaking wet. So yeah, I mean, that's looking good. Jesse's got to rest up. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. What's Joe doing? Joe cooking. He's cooking away. Why are you making so much simple meals, though? We do not need that many meals. We can go down to 10 meals. Because Jesse does not need, if you don't know, Jesse has mastered his body and mind, so he requires no sleep, no eating, no drinking. He doesn't require any of it. He can be hurt by disease and violence, but that's why you see him resting now. But he does not require food. And Joe has cooked 50 meals. Who's going to eat 50 meals? They're going to rot away before we eat them all. So we could definitely lower that on the production bill. And just let's just keep 10 meals on hand for you, Joe. Are we growing rice? Yes, we have grown rice. We actually have a nice amount of rice in our storage. I mean, we're going to need food for the slaves. All right, let's get some slaves. Let's hope they come. Let's hope we get a raid. Joe's suppression level is dangerously low. There is a good chance he will rebel. What the? Make sure there is a colonist assigned to warden work. Wardens will suppress slaves. Okay, so it looks like Joe seems to be getting a big old head on his shoulders. Joe's got a big old head on his shoulders because Jesse's incapacitated, and good thing he just woke up. Joe is getting ready to rebel. Yeah, Jesse, you got to handle that. Let's hope Jesse suppresses Joe before he rebels. Let's see. Jesse is playing horseshoes. He's also relaxing socially. See, out of the many needs, he does not need to eat, sleep, or drink. But Jesse does have a couple of needs. He does need recreation. And he does need outdoors. He does need to go outdoors every now and again. Oh, we barely have wood? Is that what's going on? Is that what's blocking us up? All right, Jesse and Joe, get to chopping some wood. Our wood stores are a little low. Ooh, we got something lucky here. A stew keeper named Pent is crashing in a transport pod nearby. If he survives the impact, he will be badly wounded. Pent is from House Ambroise, and he returns home safely. He will spread goodwill between your factions. You can also capture him for recruitment or slavery purposes, but this will anger his faction. Decisions. We can't really take on House Ambroise or Ambroise if they start raiding us constantly. We don't really have the technology, I don't think, to deal with House Ambroise, the fierce noble house of this planet. Here's a little bit about them. A little bit about House Ambroise. These people have been here a very long time. Maybe their ancestors crashed here 1,000 years ago. Maybe they survived some cataclysm that destroyed a technological civilization here. In any case, the tribals are mostly nomadic people who live off the land using primitive tools and weapons. Despite their apparent technological weakness, the tribals can be dangerous enemies and valuable friends because of their skill with low-tech warfare, their numbers, and their hardiness. Carver with 1 vote for capturing. But if we go hard mode like that, I'm not like an expert at this game. I think we've done well so far, but I'm gonna need a couple of get out of jail free cards. Like, it's quite easy to die, and then our whole dream here of forgiveness across the land is over. Because look, if we train right now. If we're sure, okay, let's see. Let's play this right. Here's one thing. It's okay, Nick. I've accepted democracy as a sham. Here's the thing. Here we do have one trick, one incredible piece of technology up our sleeves. That requires. It's very primitive, but very effective. It is called the Tunnel of Death. You are looking at it here. And this Tunnel of Death, if we play it right, will be our slave machine. So here's what we'll do, Carver. We're going to extend the Tunnel of Death so that we may be able to handle any raids from the House Ambroise, should they come. And we're going to play this very carefully, okay? And we're going to tell Jesse to go ahead and capture Pent. Let's see what Pent is, what their skills are. Pent is a great cook. Nice. We got an incredible cook, an incredible farmer. They're a little bit artistic. They're okay at construction. They're unhygienic. Ew. So they're unhygienic, but they are magically gifted. That's nice. If we enslave Pent, we might have a magician, a mage slave. Now, unless they turn on us, that would be bad. But we could develop our slave into a very powerful magician or mage of sorts, because this person is magically gifted. They are incapable of violence, which is pretty good for a slave. Unhygienic and good at cooking is a bad combo. You are correct. Great, hey Zenny, how you doing, sir? Welcome, Radulaser, Irish Repub. Alright, okay, what are we gonna do? Stew Keeper. I don't know, I don't like the slave. I don't know if I like the slave. We're gonna play it chill. We're gonna play a chill on this one, Carver, sorry. We're actually gonna rescue Pent. And we're just gonna be what does the Bible say? Be as whatever as doves. And we're gonna play the long game with House Ambroise. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rescue Pent. And we're going to play the long game with House Ambroise. That's what we're going to do. The long game. What we will do... Okay, no. Let's keep going. Yes, Pent. Yes, you are safe. You are in amongst friends. Pent, make sure you tell your people once you return of the great hospitality you've received here, you unhygienic, gross person. We are harvesting trees. We are doing great. In fact, what's our steel? We got hella iron ore, and we gotta get to smelting that. Okay, that's going well. Nice. It's a lot of work to be done right now. That's kind of backed up because we only have 2 workers. So we're gonna let this simulate out for a couple. Let's let this simulate out a little bit. And let's see if we can get some of this work. See if we can catch up on some of this work. We have a nice amount of iron. Very nice amount of linen. It'd be nice to have... What else? What else do we need? We have rice, raw rice. That'll last about 2 years. It'll last the winter. Have we researched pemmican? Yeah, we did research how to preserve food. So we will be making more... We need to start making jerky on our drying racks. So dang, I don't want to add more work to Jesse since there's already so much to do. Let's let him work for a little bit, then we'll get to hunting. There's plenty of food for Joe to eat. We'll get to hunting after he finishes some of this work so that we can get to work on making alpha jerky. Where's the cotton? Well, as you can see, we have a whole bunch of cloth. We already spun all the cotton. We've already harvested the cotton. Look, there's some leftover cotton here. We've already harvested the cotton. Jesse and Joe have already gone to work spinning the cotton here over at our wooden spinning wheel. And we are now full of cloth and textiles for all of our fancy little cloth and textile needs. So that's what's going on with that. Okay, going well. Give Joe a companion. We're going to find him. Also, remember, we got to keep an eye out for who's going to become the other Bond characters. Who will become Hake, Joel, maybe even the Anchor Baby. So we got to keep an eye out for that. Oh, yes, he's getting to work on the drying racks. This is good. We have the Tunnel of Death. Looks amazing. We've built the Tunnel of Death so long that now when Jesse wants to play horseshoes, he has to stand in the Tunnel of Death to play horseshoes. It's pretty hardcore. It's kind of metal. As you can see, Jesse does not need to sleep. He will work through the night. Smelting iron ore, various jobs. A wanderer. Uh-oh. Check it out. We got an event. Let's turn up the sound to the game too, by the way. Because we're getting no sound. Okay, we got a wanderer. A vengeful child named Mayor has arrived and wants to join the colony. What do you think, chat? He is willing to contribute but will not leave voluntarily, claiming to have nowhere else to go. You could choose to turn him down and send him away. However, your colonists will be disturbed at sending someone away in need. Well, who are we to send someone away in need? Right? Now, why would we do that? Mayor. We just got to get you to forgive, and then you're going to be a great worker. Right, chat? What do you guys think? This vengeful child, should we let this vengeful child join the colony? I'm thinking we let the vengeful child join the colony, and then we immediately arrest them. We immediately get Jesse to arrest them, and then we slowly break their will until they forgive and become like Joe. Can I get ones in the chat if that's the plan? Set him up for a crime. All right, Mayor. It's nice to have you here, Mayor. Jump to location. Look at this. This is a vengeful child named Takashi. Oh, it's Takashi. Look. It's Taka. This person's name is Takashi Mayer. Hey, what's up, Takashi? I heard your call on the Jesse Lee Peterson show earlier. Takashi, Taka, is a pretty good shooter, pretty good at melee, and pretty much crappy at everything else. Their ideology is Chalisi School. And they are a loyalist ideology, meaning they stand for our own before others. Yeah, that's got to go. That's got to go right away. They're transhumanists, so they like merging with technology. I don't have any... Hey, whatever, as long as you forgive. They believe in human primacy. Humans are the moral center of the universe. I'm not going to get mad at that. Look, as long as it fits our... Look, we will slowly... We're going to arrest Taka and basically enslave them and force them to believe it, to become a silent prayer. So that doesn't even matter. All right, Jesse, can you immediately arrest? I'm going to need you to immediately arrest Taka. Excuse me, sir. Is that pot? Excuse me, son. Have you been smoking pot? Yep. Yep, he's got pot on him. Nope, I did not plant the pot on him. Nope, the only pot on this area was grown by us. I'm sorry, I can't hear the communication. Your communication is being broken up. Yep, this 13-year-old child has pot on them. Take them to jail. Okay, and this 13-year-old child has a full goatee, as you can see. As you can see, this 13-year-old child has a full goatee. All right. We are going to get right to work to reducing your resistance. You have a lot of resistance, my child. It's time to get to work at reducing that. Yes. Yes. Jesse, look, let's check in on how he's doing it. Jesse told a story about safety to Mayor. Jesse told him a story about safety. Hey, Taka, you want to know a little story about little boys who don't get hurt? Huh, Taka? Jesse asked Mayor about his hopes and dreams. Jesse described his eating habits to Mayor. And Jesse encouraged Mayor to ask about computer games. They're having a nice chat. Jesse's getting to know him, and he is going to get him to forgive. You will forgive, Mayor. You will forgive. Pent is being cared to for the long con, the long game. Our donkeys are pregnant and making more babies. We now have 3 donkeys. We have plenty of kibble for the donkeys. What is this? There's also a Uzi, but it's in poor condition, so we don't need it. Slave rebellion is still likely. Jesse has to quickly suppress Joe. Hopefully he does that soon. He's got a lot of work right now. Let's get some torches in this work area, you know? It's probably dark and hard to see stuff. There you go. Now, same. Someone's suffering from a heat stroke. Poor Joe is suffering from a heat stroke. What a trooper. He's working through the heat stroke. Oh, we're getting raided. Hey, what's up, Serge? Wishing you well with that, sir. We're getting raided. All right, let's see who's attacking us. We have Niknath? How do you say that name? This person is a impid. This person is not a human. This person is an impid. Impid race. Made for desert life, impid cultures live on many rim worlds and dry death worlds. Impids are extremely fast-moving, easily tolerate high temperatures, and can spew fire from their mouths. Okay, this person looks dangerous. Might make a nice slave, though. Though they are masters on the sand, impids struggle in other environments. They are terrible with farming. They fight well at range, but in close combat, their physical weakness becomes apparent. Okay. Alright, so this person is okay at crafting, okay at intellectual work. I mean, this person kind of sucks, but we kind of need the hands. They're also another teenager, a 13-year-old. Alright, how do we play this? Alright, how do we play this? Let's let the impid come to us. That's what we're going to do. We're going to lure them down the tunnel of death, and let's see what happens with that. So let's set our safe area for our colony. We're expanding area 1. So whenever we're in danger, I can assign all my colonists to just remain in area 1 should there be any issues. So boom, they will now go to their respective area 1. And there is the imp. Jesse is still not in position. Oh no, yeah, he is. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna unassign him now. Make it unrestricted. And we are going to lure the imp. Okay, hold on. The imp is trying to break our stuff. What are we going to do here? We're trying to lure the imp to the tunnel of death, but they're on the wrong side. Look, we're going to pop out here and shoot him. That's what we're going to do. All right, Jesse, shoot him. There you go. Nice. The imp is running away. What a... Shoot. Oh, now we're on a bow fight. Now it's a bow fight. Let's see who's the better bowman. Come on, you got him, Jesse. Come on. Oh, big miss. Do you need a better angle, Jesse? Oh, nice hit. All right, the imp's right leg and right hand have been cut by Jesse's arrows. Lay down your weapons, dude. Not right now. Don't you know if Jesse laid down his weapons? Do you know what would happen if the imp laid down his weapons? There would be peace tomorrow. You know what would happen if Jesse laid down his weapons? That's the end of the colony. I feel like I've heard that kind of argument before somewhere else. Come on, Jesse, get him. Yeah, another good hit from Jesse. Jesse's an absolute marksman. The imp has not been able to hit Jesse even once. Come on, Jesse. Get him. Let's finish him off, Jesse. Come on, get a better angle. Come on. It's time to use your battle axe on him. It's time to go in for the kill, Jesse. How do we switch to the battle axe? Oh no! Jesse's on fire. This is bad. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We need to draft Joe. Oh, that's why Jesse doesn't have his battle axe. Joe has it. Joe, go and protect Jesse right now. Jesse is running away. Joe needs to tend to Jesse. Oh my gosh, stamp out the fire. You're on fire, bro. Oh, great. What are we gonna do? Okay, Jesse is bleeding out in 10 hours. He's burnt everywhere. He's got cuts. Joe, it's all on you. Get in there. Fight him head on. Everything's on fire. You need to just go in there with the battle axe, Joe. It's all on you. If Joe... Oh, we are very good. We are fine. If Joe had fallen there, that would have been the end of the colony. But Joe has saved us once again. The imp is dead, regrettably, but we can live another day. Time to rescue Jesse. Joe, get to it. Rescue Jesse right now. We live another day. The colony lives another day. Oh my God, Jesse's on fire. Come on, tend to him. And then you gotta put out all this fire. Oh my gosh, it broke our stuff. Tend to Jessie right now. And don't rebel either. Because now that Jessie's incapacitated again, Joe's gonna get a bright idea. You see how difficult this is? Even though with Jesse's now has an infection. Great. We are praying Joe does not rebel right now. If he rebels, this would be bad. Joe, you need to get to work, okay? Get up and tend to Jessie right now. Okay? Great! Alright, so we got a little bit of a slave rebellion, okay? Alright, so how are we going to play this? Alright. Joe is rebelling. Joe is full on rebelling. Okay, he's going Nat Turner on us. He is setting ablaze all of our stuff. What? And Jessie is incapacitated. What are we gonna do? Hopefully Joe comes out of his senses. Comes back to his senses. Before Jessie goes on fire here. This is bad. Jessie is back up. Oh no, Jesse's still... His bed is on fire, so that's why... Oh no. How many of those get out of free cards we got left? We got one. I'm trying to see if we could play this right. Maybe Joe will calm down. Okay. That sucks. Joe did not calm down. This sucks, chat. I did. Chat. Joe's gone. Joe just escaped. Now I'm PO'd. I mean, we really wanted to keep Joe, no? Should we use our get out of jail free card to undo this mess? Or are we just committing? I really wanted Joe. It sucks. I mean, we could commit. I mean, we could honestly commit. This is how this game is supposed to be played. You're supposed to go through the ups, through the downs, and then eventually we will continue. Can we hunt down Joe? We can, in fact, hunt down Joe. I could be wrong, but this could be part of the story. I believe we can. It might be difficult finding him, but I believe he's somewhere on this planet, essentially. The character continues to exist. I'm full of heartache right now, Matthew. I want to undo this mess, but this is kind of a cool story where we have to go get Joe. I kind of like it. Joe broke out of his chains. Free at last! Make a Joe number 2. That's a good idea. I think we might see Joe again. How about we save it? We save the game on this cliffhanger. Joe escaped. Set ablaze all of our stuff. We do have Mayor. Mayor is our prisoner. Jessie, barely alive with an infection. He will make it though. He's gonna crawl. Let's just crawl to this bed. Let's turn this bed into a medical bed. And we're gonna crawl. We're gonna make Jessie crawl. We're gonna have Jessie. Oh no. Here's where we gotta use our get out of. We literally have to use the get out of jail card here. Okay. Apologies, folks, but this is just how it's got to be done so the story may continue. We're really trying to avoid these. And I said I had 3. It's up to you guys. But really not many more of these. I say maybe 2 more. So it's like another. It's like the first 2 didn't happen, and it's a 3. But okay, we're going to heal Jesse. We're going to use the powers of God himself to heal Jesse. Just enough so he can walk. So he can tend to himself. And deal with the fire here, as you can see. And this is the mess we're left with. This is the mess we're left with. Our little colony has been set on fire. A lot of it destroyed, but nothing that we can't rebuild. We still have a lot of our resources. We still have our food production and everything. And this is the state we'll leave it at, okay, for this episode. All right, folks, we'll work on this on the next episode. On the next episode, we will work on this more. But this is a story. The story is truly forming, huh? And it's getting riveting. Joe has escaped, done the unthinkable to the Brotherhood organization of a new destiny. What will happen next on the next episode of Jesse's? It is a pretty epic cliffhanger. I'm actually pretty happy about this. On the next episode of Jesse's Plantation. All right, y'all. Let's save and go to bed. Take care, y'all. Appreciate you being with me. We'll keep working on all of it. This show, that show, the plantation and beyond. Appreciate all the super chats, everybody supporting. Lucky Larry and beyond. Who else super chatted here after? Harmony, thank you. Carver, everybody. Take care. I'll see y'all tomorrow for more Nick Stream and all that, and Bond Network. We got Bible Thumper Thursday and all that. Take care. Peace. See y'all.